What is going on, guys? My name is AK, back again with another YouTube video. Now in today's video I'm bringing you all of the changes to Cold War Season 2 that came with the update released just a little bit earlier today, but I'll be going through what they mean for competitive gameplay and league play inside of Black Ops Cold War. So I think you're going to enjoy today's video. Drop a like if you do, but we've got quite a bit to go over, so let's get straight into it. Now the first big change that's been made inside of Cold War Season 2 is that the hardpoint, P4 on Crossroads, has actually been moved to this back, or this sort of this mid boxes area here. The A-bomb, when S&D used to be played on this map, that's where the A-bomb was. It used to be back over by the tent bit over in the back of the spawn there, but it's now here. Now this is going to be a very hard hill to hold, actually very different to the old P4 that was probably arguably the easiest hill in the whole game to hold. Now this one's probably be the hardest. Now I have had a little thought about setups for this and how that would actually work. I'm guessing maybe spawning on this side would be more favourable, just because you can sort of hide behind the boxes here and watch mid. The player that sits in the hill can watch mid, and then you can kind of trap them on the cliff there. This one is going to be quite a hard one to hold, but I'm sure we'll have some good setups sort of coming for this hill fairly soon. But this is going to take a bit of adapting. Once sort of it's worked out how to actually play this hill, I'll hopefully be bringing you some videos sort of explaining how that's done. For the next change, we're heading on to Raid. For the next change, we're on Raid Hardpoint again. Very good competitive map, but if you remember from the previous update, you could actually be able to hold the hill from on top of the ring here. In Hardpoint, you could get the time. In Control, you couldn't. You had to be sort of physically on the hill down the bottom here to actually cap the control point, but on Hardpoint you could capture it from up here. That's no longer the case. So now, similar to Control, you actually have to be within the bottom ring bit, not even up on the steps. I can't remember if the steps were included. I think they potentially might have been, but now it is exactly the same as the control point, and just the bottom of the hill now you need to hold to actually get time. So interesting change. Shouldn't really change how this hill is played. I think the majority of the time is soaked by people actually sitting in the bottom of the hill on sort of the rock head glitches. So yeah, I don't think that's too much of a change, but good to know about. Our next big change is actually coming to the map Moscow. Now, if we look at the map, it looks smaller, doesn't it? And it is. There have been parts of the map that have been removed. All this spawn used to be sort of a part of the playable map, but now they've actually sort of shrunk it quite a bit, so that it's just the road. And yeah, they've put up the barriers like they had around the rest of the map. So it's mainly this side of the map that's been changed. The other side hasn't really been touched. But if we just sort of run to the back street, I'll show you that there's also been some changes out the back. So out the back here, where you used to be able to sort of run around the back of that statue and sort of around the back here, that bit has also been fenced off, which I believe there might have been some spawns sort of over this side. I don't know if the spawns have been changed. I'll actually have to check that sort of in-game play and let you know sometime in the future, but I don't think there has actually been any changes to the spawns, or I wouldn't expect there to have been. But overall, this is going to make the break to P2 from this side of the map a little bit easier, I think. Just because of the fact that they can't have players sitting in the deep back corners all the way back there and sort of and proper spawn trapping you, and also is going to make sort of playing S&D around the bomb site in here. I want to say it's the B bomb, could be A, I'm not too sure, but that's also going to make that a bit different, being that you don't have full use of this whole wide street and all of the cars that used to be here. Now, the next thing I wanted to bring to your attention was potentially the fix for one-way smoke. So, if you remember before, if you threw a smoke and actually stood in it, you could quite easily see out of the smoke and actually be able to shoot people that were sort of actually not in the smoke. You actually got very good vision out of a smoke, but looking into a smoke was actually very hard, and you couldn't see the person that was shooting at you. So that's the reason that smokes and snipers have been banned in Search and Destroy. Up until now, that's because, well, smokes were broken and they were the one good counter to snipers in this game that are very overpowered, so not having smokes to counter them meant that snipers would have been too overpowered, so that was why they were banned. But there is potentially a fix. Let me just sort of show you what the smokes look like now. Now when you run in, your screen goes sort of very grey, pretty much, and it's going to actually be very hard to actually see anyone outside of the smokes. You do get a little bit of vision, but then that's probably sort of towards the outer regions where they can see you as well. So hopefully this is a fix. We'll have to sort of see how they play out, and maybe we could potentially be seeing a return of snipers and smokes to S&D, which I think is needed. S&D with snipers is quite a bit more fun. So the fifth and final thing that I wanted to bring up in today's video is actually changes to score streaks in League play. So up until now, you could actually use quite a wide range of score streaks in League play. You could have the Napalm Strike, the two sort of generally considered competitive score streaks, the Hellstorm Missile, I'm not sure what it's called, and the Artillery Strike. But then you could also use like attack choppers and chopper gunners, stuff like that. If you could get that, you could use it. But with the most recent update, they've actually changed that, and now you only have 2 streaks, the 2 competitive streaks, the Hellstorm and the Artillery, and also the score streak system has been changed for competitive. It's no longer the Black Ops Cold War sort of points over all your live system. It's now just you need to get point streaks, and if you get the point streaks, then you can get the score streaks. So with this change, the artillery has been moved to 1,600 points in one life, and the cruise missile has been moved to 2,000 in one life. So definitely achievable, sort of balanced, and hopefully we'll now see them be used in sort of the rest of European competitive play, because despite the changes, they were still GA'd in Europe. The pros are now starting to use them in the league. If you watch the CDL, you see that they do use their streaks. So we'll have to sort of see what Luti and the European crew come up with as to whether we can use them or not. So that's about it for today's video. Hopefully you guys have enjoyed. If you did, be sure to drop a like. And one last little thing I want to say. Look how beautiful the new menus look. I'm loving it. It looks sick. I do like it. But with that said and done, drop a like if you enjoyed. And I'll see you in the next one. Have a good one.